You know, I came back and had to resolve a war.
A war that was ridiculous. Yes.
Was it?
From what I heard, yeah, it was ridiculous. Yeah.
What did you hear?
Well, I heard that. Listen, right? You just live in the South Side. Never heard of a war where there's two guns out of 12 people fighting each other. Okay, you got one gun on one side, one gun on the other. Motherfuckers throwing wrenches at each other and shit. That's not no fucking war. All right, no one's in a position to be at a war. Okay, so that in
Wrench
itself is
warfare,
ridiculous.
Marty. Wrench warfare.
That in itself is ridiculous. That's not no war. That's a food fight.
Marty, throughout the vast majority of human history, our wars were fought with melee weapons.
Oh, well, vast majority. It's fucking 2020 fucking four. All right, not the damn 1600s.
No, I'm just saying, you know, we can. They had rifles by the 1600s. I'm just saying, you know, we can do a
Oh
little
my
bit.
God.
Well, Marty. I'm just saying, you know, we can have a little bit of nostalgia and throwback. You know.
Okay.
I love Marty, dude.
Sure. I guess if that was the intention of the war, then yeah, but I don't think that was the intention. So.
Okay, so the tactics with which the war were carried out were questionable at best, but I mean, what about why the war broke out in the first place, or the conflict, we'll say?
To be honest, bro, I'm not too fucking familiar. So. I just know that most wars, if not all wars, are started by miscommunication or always get blown way out of proportion, and that very much seems to be the case, because a world in which Lang Buddha and Jean Paul are shooting each other, something must have gone wrong in the communication there. Something.
I think something did go wrong, and I would say it was probably blown out of proportion, but it was kind of coming. I mean, I kind of thought this would happen sooner, actually.
Okay. Why is that?
Lang doesn't respect us at all.
Well, us as in the company?
I would say Lang both doesn't respect the entity that is the company, nor does he respect any of the individuals within the company.
Don't take this personally, bro. Right? But as an outside perspective, I think it's very hard to respect the company.
I don't take it personally. My counter would be, from an outside perspective, everyone else we've worked with is infinitely easier to work with.
Oh, absolutely.
So
Right.
From an outside perspective, I actually think a lot of people do work with us on a pretty good level. It's kind of true.
Right. Working with you is different than, individually and entity respect, right? I can work with you right now, right? And I don't have to respect you. I can work with Ray. I don't respect Ray.
Yeah, but I would say that doing repeated business with repeated slights of disrespect is going to cause conflict. I guess you can't be Lang Buddha and
Wait, I don't
expect to
get
do. You can't be Lang Buddha, expect to do business with us, and continue to take pot shots at individual members and the company as a whole.
Oh, see, I didn't know all that.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I don't.
Buddy, the thing is, we can't even have this discussion. Because I don't know shit about it, and who gives a fuck anyway, right?
True.
By the way, the whole respect thing, like on my side, those were like hypotheticals, just so you know. That wasn't.
Yeah, no. I understand. Listen, and by the way, Marty, you know me. You don't think that I don't realize the company is not without its incredible faults. I think Jean Paul's a fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
I think Raymond Romanoff's a psychopath.
Yeah.
Benji is Benji.
A little bit.
OTT, I think, actually surprisingly good head on his shoulders, except that he supports the psychopathology of Jean Paul. But not to speak ill of them, even I have my awful faults. We all do. As a cohesive unit, it's a complete fucking shit show. We all know that. But just because we're a complete fucking shit show doesn't mean that whatever the fuck Lang was doing is without fault. So I think there was faults on both parties' fronts. Depending on who you ask, they'll say one was more at fault than the other.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I can agree. It's just that I don't think violence is usually the answer to getting respect or the proper response to not getting respect. You know what I'm saying? I don't think violence, especially in the city of Los Santos, solves a single fucking thing. Not even specifically the city of Los Santos. Just ever. Not to sound like a fucking pacifist, but I've never had every war that I've ever been in my life. The only positive step I've ever taken in it, right, was the discussions I had with those people, right? Those sit downs. Actual violence in itself is just everyone letting out their emotions. So,
well, I have two thoughts on that. My thought number one is, I mean, in some ways, you're preaching to the choir. I'm the biggest fucking pussy in all of Los Santos. I left a gang because I didn't want to be involved in gang violence and all that sort. I detest violence personally. But to say that violence is not a tool and should never be used is, we're in fucking Los Santos. We're selling fucking weed to crackhead fucking locals with guns and knives, calling us to the fucking cops. Yeah, violence sometimes should be a solution.
Okay. Okay, that's fair.